So is gang banging in California on the internet dead? Should we leave it in the streets and keep the music for the women, have a good time?
Pocho, you're lame, dog. Quit saying my name, dog. You thirsty getting clout. You get no views on your podcast anyways, dog. Stop capping, my boy. Yeah, you reached out. You talk good about me. I never did an interview with you, my boy. You wanted to go on live. I never did, because why? I know what it is. You're making a narrative that's never going to happen. Dog, there's too much bloodshed, too much bullshit going on. Prison is prison. The streets is the streets.
What it do, what it is, what it was. This is your boy Pocho of the Chicano Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications and support a real one in the field. What are we talking about today, bro? Is gang banging dead in 2026? Is the studio gangster rapper finally dead? We talking about both sides today, real quick. Pface, Compton rapper, Pface, coming out of Compton, Bompton, was caught running for his life, bro. Running for his life. But the vato's pretty chubby, so he wasn't running far. I guess the ops caught him. Shout out to Crazy Hood Media and Haters World for responding to this. I get they caught. Hold on. Pface is a Compton rapper, pretty popular. We've had our little back and forth. He actually has, sometimes he can rap here and there. He stood up for himself and got down at Universal Studios and made a big old deal when he got down with the Norteños. Turns out it wasn't even a northerner, just somebody from Northern California, or had some ties, but it is what it is. Now he's back in the news for running for his life. And listen. We all ran. I remember with my homeboy Demon, we were going by a second market in South Park, and we saw a bunch of Southsiders, and they were coming after us, about 10 of them, maybe 7, and it was just us 2. And he was like, all right, we're not going to run in front of them, though. We're going to run right when we hit this corner, we're gone. And we hit that corner, we were gone, bro. Gangbanging is not about always, just getting knocked down, bro. You gotta survive. You gotta live to see another day, my boy. So running from the cops, running from the ops, that happens. You know what I mean? That's fair, especially if you're alone. Now, if it's even numbers, you feel me, and they don't got a strap, you feel me? It's all good. Here, we don't want to talk too much about gangbanging, actually, but just about how gangbanging does not help you as an artist. This podcast is about demystifying and de-glorifying gangbanging, and not to hate on the gang members. Shout out to all the gang. It's not that, but the gangsters that come online, it just don't make sense. It's like dry snitching. So my question today in the comments is more not about Pface or this other foods that I'm going to talk about next, but more about is like the whole gang member. Is that kind of dead? Is it dying? Do we want to see more? The prisons are uniting for better, not because they want to be kumbaya and all that, because they want to get out, have better lives, dog. Just like you guys should want better lives for yourselves. I'm so surprised at how people hold on to this gangbanger persona and try to, destroy anybody that speaks against it. So I want to know, Pface was running. Do you think he was running like a sucker, or he was running to save his life? He ducked off into a house, and it looked like he was okay. They said that the ops didn't come by because the cops are coming. Anyway, then later on, ran from the ops. Now he's getting raided by the cops. Ran from the ops, raided by the cops. I don't know, man. Now he's filming himself getting raided by the cops. In one way, it's kind of safe to do that, actually, when the cops, because you never know what they'll do to you, I don't want to see no brown man locked up, so I hope he didn't get locked up no matter what. I still think the dude makes good music, but I do think that, again, putting this persona, letting everybody know your details of your life, where you're from. Who said Rose Cans in Santa Fe? Like, he tells you where he's at. He tells you where he's from. He tells you what he's doing. Rapping is basically dry snitching, and it's just a trip, bro. And so I want to know what you think about that, about Pface. Is he a dry snitching fool that's never gonna make it? Because one, is not that relatable, dog. Southside rapper, South being a Sureño is cool. It sounds cool, and like, oh my God, he's from LA. But eventually, it's not relatable. That's why these streamers are way bigger than everybody. And then we move over to the north side, and you got the most popular people trying to expose people and take off their mask. I mean, you got BFD crying about Gold Toes, about producer, about this, about that, about not worrying about these fools worry about all your friend groups and who you hang out with and who you talk to and what music you make. And, you got this podcaster Unlight looking crazy, bro. That fool had to unmask himself, because that fool like a fat bozosa. They were hella making fun of me, say that he looked like Kenny, bro. You should put that mask back on, bro. You were better without it. It's true. It's very true. The face don't match. When I saw it the first time, I didn't believe it. The face does not match the voice. He got a black face. It says it in the comments, boy. Got a black voice with an Edgar face. Man, these gangsters are funny, bro. And you look young, my boy. I can tell that's why you're childish and you're all worried now. Well, I did you a favor and I put you out to the world now. So now you can be out here with everybody. You're welcome. But you got these fools. Okay, so in the South, you got fools running from the ops and getting raided by the cops. In the North, you got fools dry snitching, crying, saying that people are copywriting them, crying to the internet, fool. Crying to the internet. This other podcaster, Unliked, was saying that Gold Toes would pay him and that he was on his payroll, and that's not even true, dog. I think Gold Toes pays people sometimes for music reviews. That's legitimate. Producers do that all the time to support their music artists. But, so I just wanted to know, think about it. Is California gangbanging on the internet dead? In the South, they're getting ran out by the ops, the real gangsters in the streets. Shout out to the real gangsters in the streets that are keeping it in the streets. I mean, I guess filming it, you're exposing the ops, you're exposing a studio rapper. I get it. I get it on the gangbanger side to expose a gangster rapper. And then in the North, you got people crying about the past, crying about SPM, crying about every little thing, crying about Gold Toes, who he knows, who he worked with, who this, that, is he a legitimate, is he a northerner, is this, that? Oh my God, bro. And then you have this fool said, all the real G's roll up to the TikTok live. Oh, when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, all the real G's roll up to the TikTok live. Anybody in my age group, God, isn't the state of gangbanging so sad, bro? Isn't it so sad? These fools are really about clout. That's what they think having clout or saying something on the internet is like banging, bro. But you got to get out in the streets and do that. You got to change people's lives. You got to change your life. You got to go to prison for 20 years, bro, and come out and be salty. So is gang banging in California on the internet dead? Should we leave it in the streets and keep the music for the women, have a good time, more OGZ style? Hey, Lefty Gunplay came with a new good song, bro. It's good. It's good. But you got these weirdos trying to expose people and they made pictures of me looking like a cop, bro. I mean, it just shows you, dog, like you have so much time to make graphic design. You're making graphic designs about me, dog, a podcaster that hasn't gangbanged in 20 years or more. It doesn't matter, fool. You know what I mean? Doing anything with me, you don't win, dog. Go out there and start banging. If you're so gangster, fool, go out there and show everybody that you hate Southsiders like that. Go out there and show people that you hate your own people like that, dog. I'm trying to uplift my people and tell them you don't need to bring the past, all this gangster stuff into your music, bro. And you got these old school fools that try and divide right when we need to be united the most against ICE and all this stuff. You got these weirdos up north, BFD, No Paper Podcast, Unliked, Valley, whatever media, trying to keep our people divided and regional. It's a very low level way of thinking, and you can tell they're very young too and stupid. Most youngsters are stupid. That's why most of them don't make it to our age group. Make it to our age group and see. That's why it's surprising that BFD is still promoting gangbanging lifestyle when it should be a promotion of from survival to thriving. I'm thriving. I live in a rich community. My family loves me. I have a really good job with health benefits. Life is good. What are you guys doing? You guys are struggling. I could see it in your eyes, bro. I could see it in your eyes when you unmasked and everybody made fun of you in the comments. Or with Pface running, bro. Running and hiding from the cops, from his community, from people. People, young people, you don't have to gangbang to be cool. If you're a gangbanger, elevate. Don't get caught up in this thing, man. It's too much, bro. You're going to spend way too much time locked up or this and that and have a lot of resentments and come out and cry like a lot of these fools do. It's so sad to see so many people in the comments just hating and talking all this masa, but they're not like that in real life. So it just shows that our people are buffooning ourselves and we need to come back as a stronger people, as a unit, and stop all this gangbanging. And let's talk about women. Let's talk about having good times. Let's talk about making money. You know what I mean? It's so weird, bro. You'll be with do you guys ever remember you talking to a couple homeboys, and we're like talking about girls, about getting money. And then this fool comes over here talking about PDFs and Epstein files or this or that. And you're like, bro, what kind of weirdo stuff are you thinking about? I swear to God, it's the weirdest people that really keep up with all that stuff. That's why when people are so addicted to SPM, I don't get it. Anyway, this was a little bit all over the place, but I wanted to let you guys know that the main thing I'm asking is gang banging dead in 2026? Is the studio rapper, studio gangster, podcaster dying out because it's unrelatable? Or will it just keep going with no progression? And we'll just always look like, the stepchilds to the hip hop movement because we can't get it together. This is your boy Pocho of the Chicano Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And support a real one in the field. And let me know if we need some real ones in the field again. This is your boy Pocho 1, and I'm out.